Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. We're so glad you could attend. Come inside, come inside.
Hello, everybody. I want to welcome you to another episode of Expat Conversation with Michael Nolen here on the University of Guadalajara Outreach Program. It is sponsored by Dr. Marco Antonio Cortez Gradado, who is Director of the Department of Innovation, Investigation, and Governance. The Expat Conversation program on YouTube is basically an outreach to the expat community that are living here in Mexico and or anybody that is thinking about coming down to Mexico and making it a permanent residence, or if you're a snowbird, temporary. And what we do is just try and visit with different individuals, organizations that can provide really great information about what's going on here lakeside. And so thank you very much for tuning in. Before we go any further, I want to say a big thank you to the Villa Monte Carlo Resort and Spa here in Chapala. They are so gracious every month to allow us to video and tape all of our programs here. So thank you very much to the Villa Monte Carlo. If you're ever in the area, the lakeside area, needing a really nice hotel resort to stay at, this is a place. It's very beautiful, very tranquil. They have swimming pools, pickleball courts, restaurants, hot spa, thermal water, baths. So it's an all-inclusive place that's just very enjoyable and very well centrally located in the Lake Chapala area. So if you're going to be coming down, be sure to contact the Villa Monte Carlo Resort and Spa. Today on the program, we have a very interesting young gentleman, Harry Bublin. It's kind of like Dublin, Ireland, but it's Bublin. And Harry is in charge of a program down here that helps all of us gringos and Mexicanos recycle. So first of all, Harry, thank you very much for taking your time to be on the show.
Oh, Mike, I've seen your show, and I'm honored to be here, and I hope we can sell recycling as best as we can.
I'm looking to get some money to give you, and thank you for it. I appreciate the confidence. Recycling is a very important subject, and I'm just going to kind of be quiet for a minute and open the mic up to you. First, if you don't mind, Harry, give us a little bio of yourself, and then we'll start talking about the recycling program here in the Lake Chapala Society or Lake Chapala area, and we'll go from there.
Well, a little bio of myself. I was born in New Jersey. Both parents died by the time I was 8.
No, I'm sorry about that.
Went into foster care until I was 18. From 18, I went into college. I graduated magna cum laude, master's degree, summa cum laude, another master's degree, 35 years in school administration and mid-management.
Is that all in New Jersey?
All in New Jersey, all in 2 counties.
Wow.
Yes. So, Ajijic was my first home since I was 8. So,
you've been down here full time for how many years?
22.
22, so quite a while. And how did you get into the recycling? It's a business. Is it sponsored by the state, of Jalisco, by the government of Mexico? Is it sponsored by charitable organizations donating money? Can you kind of, because I'm a neophyte, I really don't know much about it. Can you kind of explain it to our audience and educate them?
Glad. About 4 years ago, Governor Alfaro had the dream of having a recycling program in Ajijic to become a demonstration for the state.
Now, Governor Alfaro is the current governor of the state of Jalisco.
Yes. And so previously there had been several false starts with recycling, so that, there was some activity, but they were false starts. And so at that time, the municipality and the expat community got together to try to make it happen. A lot of complicated things happened, and so the program faltered, let's say, for 4 years, despite the efforts of a lot of good people. So about a year ago, I was approached to become an independent AC that would take on the responsibility of recycling and become the demonstration project that Governor Alfaro dreamt of.
Okay.
So the municipality was kind enough to give us access to a building on the far west side of Ajijic. Many people will know it as the place that the military had out there. And so it's a big warehouse. It had been abused for quite some time. It cost us, so far, our accountant has all the numbers broken down, but I put put the numbers that I felt were applicable together for this interview, and so I come up with 105,000 pesos that we have put into the property.
And that's just repairing the structure of the facility, the warehouse, the building, the driveways up to it,
Yep.
bins and that for the storage of the different types of recycled
Yes.
material.
And there's more to do, and there's more we're trying to do, and we have associates who are in the process of helping us.
Okay, great.
Because like with everything, it's a process. So our AC was officially formed mid-December. I forget the date. We took over the building January 7th from the municipality. I should say we have access. That's what we have.
Now, some of our guests or listeners may not understand what an AC is. Would
An
you mind-
AC is like a Northern nonprofit.
Okay, nonprofit organization.
Yes, it's a nonprofit that's legally formed, governmentally documented, and reportable to the government.
And that helps anybody that wants to make a cash type donation, take it off of their taxes or
Well,
whatever they need to do.
right now it's available through a separate foundation
Okay,
that will issue a tax receipt for the U.S.
perfect.
But as far as I know, it's only the U.S. right now.
All right.
And it's only monetary donations. So it wouldn't, let's say somebody wanted to donate a truck to us, which we don't have. That would not be tax deductible. So January 7th, we took over the facility. It kind of faltered from January 7th to February, and that's when I stepped in as a director.
Okay.
And so I'm the only person on the board of directors who has been voted in the minutes with a vote, which was unanimous, as the director of this facility. I mean, there are other responsibilities, the secretary, the treasurer, the president, there's got to be 5, the board member at large, but I'm the director of the facility. So what do? Well, we try to recycle material. It's as simple as that. Now you say, what material? Well, I have a mentor, My mentor is Ingeniero Padilla from, he's retired from Natura Recovery in Guadalajara.
Okay.
Retirement to him means he only works 5 days a week traveling the world and has 2 offices. That's retirement. So anyhow, he's my mentor. He's my brother from another mother.
There you go.
There you go. And so he has helped us get a dumpster for cardboard.
Okay.
So people can bring cardboard to us, and it's really got to be dry. It can't be wet, and that's become a problem during the rainy season. But they can bring us cardboard, no styrofoam. They can bring us glass. In the brochure and in the video, I talk about people separating, and because my vision is out here, and my Mexican family, I am a Mexican citizen, my Mexican family has taught me to bring my vision down. So my more realistic vision is if people would put glass and metal in one bag, and of course rinse that metal so it's not disgusting to deal with, and put paper and plastic in a separate bag, which is what I have in my kitchen. 2 bags, 2 Costco bags, one metal and glass, the other paper and plastic. Boom, when it's full, take it to the recycling center.
Now, when we're talking about glass, we're talking about all types of glass bottles.
Yes.
Of course, we're talking about glass containers that pickles may come in, or other type of food items.
Yes.
But you also have like glass that, like a window, a pane.
No.
You don't take that kind unless, if somebody broke it up, would you take that?
We prefer not.
Okay, so you're basically
it's gonna
taking.
go in the garbage anyhow.
Okay, you're basically talking about glass bottles and
Yes,
glass
yes.
containers. And then, of course, paper is any type of bags, newspapers.
It's basically any paper without a plastic coating.
Okay,
If it has a plastic coating, it's not recyclable.
okay,
So like, for example, like the huge dog food bags, most often have a plastic coating. Don't bring them to
yeah,
us.
it's like a moisture barrier.
Yeah, use them as a garbage bag.
Okay,
And
perfect.
then
How
they've
about
got
other-
a secondary use.
How about other cloths like burlap? A lot of things that we buy down here in bulk. And they may have like a burlap type bag or kind of a nylon type bag. Do you recycle those type of things?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes. We give those away.
Okay.
And hopefully the people will bring them in. And we recycle all the plastic bags we take in. And so, the glass, you don't have to do it, but we separate it into clear, blue and brown, and green.
Okay.
And we have gigantic bins. If the boys do the video, they'll see the gigantic bins in the back. And so we have volunteers who come out and crush the glass. And since I've been there, these bins are big. Since I've been there, since there was one delivery in January and there was one delivery in July. That's how much glass we've been getting. But we need so much more.
Okay.
We need to get away from kilos and get into tons.
Okay.
Now, you might ask, do we have the personnel to do that? Well, what I can tell you is that for at least a month, I've been walking out of the recycling center with nothing more to do.
Okay. So you need a lot more people to be aware that it's there and to bring you their materials, not to put them in the municipal trash.
Yep, then it goes in the dumpster.
Yeah.
I mean, it goes in the landfill.
In the landfill, and we have an enormous landfill
Yes.
in this part of the country, and we're getting a lot of landfill from Guadalajara, the city, which, if you're not familiar with Guadalajara, it's a city, second largest city in all of Mexico, about 6.5 million people. huge metropolitan area. And they basically, over the years, have grown so large they've run out of landfill material. We being about 40 kilometers away from municipalities of Guadalajara and or Zapopan, they have, I know I live over in Isla Huacan de los Membrillos. That's a small village about 12 kilometers from here. And we have an enormous amount of land within our municipality, and we have a large landfill, and that's where a lot of the Guadalajara stuff is starting to come. I know our municipal president, Alberto Garcia, has made a deal, some kind of program with the state of Jalisco and the city of Guadalajara and municipality of Zapopan to start bringing some of their garbage or trash over here, and we bury it.
And this, the same for Chapala. I believe Chapala brings their basura to
Is Huacan. Now, what about aluminum? Aluminum cans, aluminum.
That's why I say glass and metal. So if you have food cans, please rinse them out. But you can put them in with the glass. Aluminum is prized, let's say. So it's we can fill up a bag about once a month. Again, we need more.
So that's one great reason to have you on here, because we need to educate the people on how to separate the different materials, the glass and the metal, and then the paper and plastic. And then we need them, did I get that right?
My friend, I'm way ahead of you.
Everybody's way ahead of me.
I have a program for the schools, and I usually say we. I try to say we as much as I can, because I've got a great team of volunteers who are helping.
Well, if you say we too much, you'll think you're talking French.
Yeah, okay.
So.
But I've written a basic program for schools.
Perfect.
And I've made it general enough so that any school can modify it to their preferences. That's the objective. As a matter of fact, it's titled Plan X. So my name isn't on it. I'm just supplying it to a school, and if they want to get on board, and thankfully I have a pilot project.
Perfect.
And to not go into a lot of detail, but Terra Nova School, I think schools start August 18th. I think that's the number. And Terra Nova School is going to implement a program where let me just say, at the end, somehow the kids get any kid who participated gets a pizza party, and the top 3 kids who've recycled get a prize.
Well, when I had my radio show over in the Bay of Banderas, Puerto Vallarta area, there was an area called La Cruz La Guanacaxtli. It was a municipality north of the bay, and the kids there, they get out of school and they go surfing or go to the beach or do something. They really didn't have much to do. So there was some friends of mine that started a company called La Cruz La Guanacaxtli Amigos. And they went to the 5 or 6 different schools, and they educated the kids about recycling. And they told them if they go around picking up trash, they give them bags, big plastic bags. If they go around picking up trash, once they were full, they'd give them a quart or 2-liter Coke and a coupon to go to one of 3 or 4 different pizza places, and they'd get a free pizza. And next thing you know, they had 50 or 60 kids doing this almost every day after school.
I'm not going to give away the secrets of my program.
Okay, well, I don't want you to do that. But anyway, it was become very, very successful. It gave the kids something to do after school. It gave them some self-worth. It gave them some food and a pizza. And they had and that was one of the cleanest areas of the whole Bay of Banderas area. And
what did the Irish say, from your mouth to the ears of God?
Well, let's hope we can get that started over here, because
Yes.
in Isla Huacan, there are 2 schools right down the street from me, and every day I go around the 2 or 3 block area picking up trash, because I've tried to talk to the principal and get him to put trash cans out, but for some reason he won't. So all this trash goes in the street, and I pick it up and try and recycle it. Let's back up a little bit and tell the people, we mentioned you were located on the west side of Ahihi. Are you on the mountain side or are you on the lake side?
Mountain side.
Mountain side of the street, which would be the north. And what hours are you open? What days are you open?
Okay, 9 to 2, Monday through Saturday.
Okay.
Sorry, 8 to 2.
8 to 2, Monday through Saturday.
Monday through Saturday. And like I said, all people have to do is back up to the gate. We do have one employee who has gotten stronger and thinner, just like me.
Maybe I need to go out there.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. I tell people, why are you paying for a gym? You could come here. Throwing wine bottles is as great as it gets. You don't need to pay for a gym. So, but let me tell you about the village of Ahihi, if you have time.
Oh, I have time.
Okay. The village of Ahihi, in the previous years, the community, the expat community, donated money to have cestos built and placed in the village.
Okay.
There were 50 cestos at one time.
What's a seto?
A cestos is a wire barrel,
Trash can, basically.
basically, for recycling. And I've had wonderful cooperation from the Delegado Max and his boys who work. They empty those cestos and bring the material to us. But, of course, they've got so many other obligations, so many other responsibilities, that the cestos at times are not as clean as they'd like them to be. And also people abuse them. Mm-hmm. And I don't blame the boys for not wanting to handle abused items. So yesterday I did a survey in preparation for this, and I found 25 cestos, which is about half of what there once was. And where the other 25 are, that's a question to be answered. But the answer was all 25 were clean.
That's great.
Clean. So the village of Ahihi is cleaner. And that's where my heart is, that village.
What you're doing is fabulous because it's getting a lot of trash off the streets. It's helping clean up the area to make it more livable. We have so many tourists that come here. They want to come to nice, clean areas. They don't want to be stepping in all kinds of stuff. There's enough stray dogs that we have to be aware of, much less other kinds of trash. Plus, it recycles the material that can be made and used into other things. Mm-hmm. So that's very, very important. Now, I know that you all had someone make a video. It's about a 20, 25-minute video.
15
minutes. It's in English and it's in Spanish.
Yes.
It's very well done. I've watched it a couple of times. We're going to try and incorporate it into this program. If we can't, we're going to put the link down below to where you can go to. Is it on YouTube?
Yes.
Or on YouTube, and
Yes.
you can watch it and learn more about it. And I think that might be the very best way. They can watch this interview and then also go to the link that you all have and watch it. Now, you have some flyers that you brought today and
those
stickers.
Are stickers.
And these are basically to educate people about recycling.
Those are for the businesses
Okay.
and the restaurants that work with us.
Okay.
And so this is how we support them for supporting us. So they can show the public that they're recycling. Also, on our Facebook page, we give notice to those businesses, to those restaurants. So, for example, Los Compadres is a wonderful supporter of ours. La Floresta is a section, they have been supporting us. Chula Vista has been supporting us. Villanova.
These
has
are all
been
big
supporting us.
subdivisions
Yes.
that are housing additions down here in the lakeside area.
And I'm negotiating with 5 more of those to bring them into the fold.
Okay.
We are going through a reorganization now. We are preparing to present our program to the public, present our facility to the public, to become a demonstration for other areas, and we will be a resource. We have a bookstore.
Oh, wow.
We have the biggest, cleanest bookstore on the North Shore. Of course,
And
that's-
these are donated books that people
Right.
bring. And that's one thing we didn't mention. We talked about paper, trash, bags, aluminum, bottles. But if you have a whole lot of books, you can either donate them in any language
bring them.
to you all. They donate them, and then you all, recycle them? Or do
No.
you all sell them?
We sell them.
You have like a library that
Yes.
people can come and buy them for a fraction of what the price would actually be.
10 pesos for a paperback, 20 pesos for a hardback.
That's 50 cents to $1, depending on where the peso dollar is.
Right.
And I'm sure you have a lot of great, great books.
People are amazed at what they find. Oh, I had one young fellow tell me, I found a book that was written by my grandfather.
Wow.
I had another person say, I've been looking for this book for years.
Well, that's fabulous. You also have a brochure here, and this is to put in different areas, stores, things like that.
It's in English and Spanish, and
Perfect.
it tells the whole story.
Okay. And where all can people get one of these?
Well, they're on our Facebook page.
Okay. Why don't you take a second, look into the camera, and slowly and loudly give the Facebook page and any other information, phone numbers. We kind of talked about the location, how they can contact you, how they can make donations, and where they need to bring their recycled goods.
Okay. I'm Harry Bublin, the director. You can contact me at 331-571-1327, and I'll do anything I can to help you. Our address is 917A Ahihi. If you want a landmark, we're about a mile west of Pancho's West, a quarter of a mile west of the new Margaritaville that's being, or the old La Pueblita, if you knew that development.
I know out there on that area there's a big Pemex gas station. Am I too far west? It's almost out to San Juan, Costa La.
Oh, no,
Okay,
we're much closer.
Much closer. Okay.
We are within the within the village of Ahihi.
Okay.
Of course, that's the municipality of Chapala. It's like the various boroughs of a city. So,
It's just west of the hill. You go through Chapala downtown, or Ahihi, downtown, up the hill, then down the hill, and you're out a couple miles past that. On the mountainside, which would be the right,
yes.
unless you're coming from San Juan or Hotopec, you'll be on the left-hand side, the mountainside.
Our Facebook page is Reciclaje Chapala, or if you just search Recycle Chapala, you will find it.
Okay.
And it has everything, all the information you want. If you go down a little bit, not on the top where it says featured, but below it says featured. And then you get a map, you get our brochure, you get the video, you get signs that you can copy to make anything you could possibly think of. Of course, posts too.
Is there anything that I haven't asked you, or anything that I haven't mentioned, or you haven't mentioned yet, that you want to definitely get out?
Mike, it's been great. It's been great. I just hope we can encourage people to come on board. Businesses,
Okay.
restaurants, schools, because unless we make a cultural change, we're not going to go anywhere. And I'm encouraged because one of my volunteers, a little Mexican lady, she told me she lived in Switzerland. And she said there was a time in Switzerland when nobody recycled. And she says now in Switzerland, you wouldn't think of not recycling. Now, is it going to save the planet? The way I think of it is, you're a little butterfly in the environment. You're making the environment better. More butterflies, the environment's nicer and better.
Well, I want to say thank you for everything you've done, all the hard work, all the time, the energy and everything. This is an unbelievable organization, and I just encourage everybody that's in the Lakeside area to recycle what you have from your household. If you're a restaurateur, if you own a business, recycle all the things that you have instead of just put it in the municipal trash and garbage. We have a facility. They can use your trash, your garbage, your recycled glass, your metals, your plastics. Take them out there. It takes 5 or 10 minutes to separate them once a couple of days or once a week, and pass the word along. Educate your neighbors, educate your friends, your restaurants you go to. If you've heard the show, and just say, hey, do you know there's a recycle center here on the west side of Ahihi? And also, if you're involved in an organization like Rotary or American Legion, or you're involved in one of the schools, educate those people also. And I'm sure Harry would be glad himself or one of the representatives to come to schools or come to your organizations, put on a 20, 30-minute presentation and help them out a lot too. So again, it's a great, great organization. It's going to help the world. We're all going to become little butterflies before long. I'm going to be kind of like a big moth.
Well, that's good.
But anyway, you know, whatever. But I want to say thank you, Harry, for taking the time. We appreciate what you're doing personally, and we appreciate what the organization is doing. And be sure to pass the word along. Harry's giving out the information, and be sure to watch the video because it is very interesting and will educate you a lot. So again, thank you very much to Harry, and thank you for tuning in today, and please encourage your friends to watch this YouTube program so we can help educate more people.
Happy trail.